I know I heard something over there, and it wasn't on the bridle trail, or else we'd still be hearing it.
Been hearing things from other direction.
This is East Fork State Park, and Yvette and I are getting ready to head up and over that ridge. I already feel like we're being watched. Josh says that the core is right over that ridge where you can see the sky. Right over that ridge is the core area. And here goes nothing. Okay, so there's this that looks very contrived to us. We're pretty familiar with how dead trees fall in the forest, and this really isn't it. 3 trees falling all together in the same place in the crotch of another dead tree is so highly unlikely. It just seems very contrived. There's a bare spot right there where these 2 trees are laid one on top of the other on this other tree with another tree that just happened to fall on the other end of it, that fell over that way into the crotch of that tree, with these other 2 trees just happened to fall right on top of it too. And there's another bare spot right there. The sun is shining right on it. Not random. Okay, so we're walking along this ridge, and it feeds 4 or 5 ravines that come down into the freshwater inlet. And Yvette says to me, something spends an awful lot of time hanging out here. And she's not wrong. A big something. There's a lot of flat, a lot of dead limbs that are just ground into pulp, basically. And some really gigantic trees. And some pretty badass bush as well. And especially right over there where you see the sunlight beyond, right in the center of the frame. There's definitely something that's coming and watching down that ravine on a regular basis. So yeah, I figure now is a good time to do a little bit of this and see what happens. Nobody's home. So we're walking along this game trail, trying to bypass these ravines here, and then there's this, which says to me, don't come this way. And it also says to me, this didn't just fall here like that. Again, very contrived, broken and dead limb arrangements here. Very, very contrived. We're walking along the trail that I filmed a little while ago with the blockage on it, the little contrivance. And then we run across this really strange little group of dead trees. And the ground is real flat, especially here. The leaves are trampled. Alright, so we run across these 3 groups of 3 dead trees, all, well, I don't know, inside of 12 square feet of each other. And the leaves are pounded flat here from constant walking on it. Not deer, but something with padded feet. And not people, because I'm not finding any trash, no cigarette butts, no beer cans, no kind of trash at all that wasn't blown in here by the wind. And then there's this, where something with padded feet has stood habitually for days, you know, every day for whatever reason. And I wouldn't say it would be to eat those bugs, because these other trees have got bugs in them too. And there's no flatness around there. Just going to do a real quick pan and film of the area here before we move out. It's very thick. Lots of interesting things going on here on the ground. Here's another bare spot at the base of a dead tree, along a well-worn footpath. And when I say footpath, I mean footpath, not hoof path. This is not deer walking here. It's trampled flat. Almost mercilessly. Yep. Something back there. Several somethings back there. Right where I have no desire to go. Alright, we're going to move on in and check out this dark spot. Hopefully.
Probably nothing.
It is probably nothing, but that's why we're here, looking for something in the middle of nothing but trees.
There's nothing.
And it does turn out to be nothing, but man, I don't want to go back any further than this.
When I saw
Sure.
mine, I was coming from up in there.
Yeah?
I was coming from up in there, and I was coming down. There was this little dip. I come down this dip right here, went to come back up,
Yeah.
looked straight across, and he was up there standing behind one of them big trees looking at me.
And this is the one that you followed up in?
This is the one I tracked from way back there.
He was the one, and your buddy was off a little
He
distance
was over
away.
here.
And he distracted you, your buddy distracted you, and then he...
I looked back and he was gone.
Right there by them big ass trees?
Yeah, he was up on that hill.
Wow.
And I looked up, and all I saw was a head shape at a 45-degree angle, and then part of what would be the left shoulder and arm coming down. I couldn't make out any facial definition.
Wow. I'll tell you what, man, it's beautiful back here. During the day, it's just...
Yeah, this whole hill is right here, real big pine.
I mean, these trees are awesome. The flies are
These are
hell.
hemlocks.
Yeah, there's a lot of hemlock.
Yeah.
This is the place you were telling me about, right? The old ass
Death
pine
Trap
trees.
Valley is what I call it, because all these hemlocks, when they fall, they have spikes that come off where their branches used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you fall in one of them, you're screwed. And I've also found like booby traps in here too.
I know you.
That one that's hanging up in the tree, it's in there like a jigsaw
Yeah.
puzzle.
Do you think that we could find that tomorrow? Or how long ago was that?
That was last year in fall.
So it's probably already
That was
fallen.
in March.
Or he's taken it down.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think that was about?
This time of year, I wouldn't. It was one of their trails going into a large structure, and they were just guarding it.
It was a booby trap
It could
meant
have
to
been,
stop an encroachment.
basically. They could have males in here fighting for females or anything. You never know. I wasn't tall enough to hit it, but you would have been. Just nudge it, and it might fall.
Yeah, and that was a big tree too. I mean, it had to be at least 12 inches.
Off the bottom of it.
Yeah, a big splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Off them. It was wicked looking, man. Like it would tear your head off. What do we got right there? Oh, that's still that stump freaking me out. They're not going to come that close to us, are they? They don't do that, huh?
Well, the closest this one got was probably within 10 feet, and there was a real thick bush.
Yep.
As soon as I turned on the flashlight, I took off running. I'm about to pack a pack of cigarettes, so I might grab some attention. I'll do a howl here in a minute.
If you don't mind, I'll do it.
Go ahead, buddy. I usually take video myself.
I do a pretty decent moneymaker howl. I like my Bobo a lot better, but I think that might be a little bit too intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You want to come off friendly, not threatening.
Yeah.
Not like you're trying to take the territory either.
Right.
This is
Something kind of like, woo! Woo! How about that? That's not like fuck you or anything, so.
That was good.